Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mind of Matter YouTube channel. I'm going to mix it up over the next 5 weeks or so with some gameplay videos from something that's called Motortown Driven. As you can see, it's a low poly game, meaning low detailed graphics, but the game is actually full of a lot of gameplay detail, so don't let those graphics fool you. The game is an economy and logistics and supply chain based simulator. As you can see here, you can select different jobs to transport or load or unload throughout the map. You can also do other jobs like wreckers and taxis and buses, but today we're going to focus on transporting cargo. In really simple terms, the game rewards you for delivering a container. Let's say it's $10,000 per container per trip. If you can make the same trip with 2 containers, you'll get $20,000. If you can make the same trip with 4 or 5 containers, maybe $40,000 or $50,000. Again, I'm simplifying here, but you get the idea. So if you can exploit this scaling and figure out a way to get 4 or 5 containers on a trip intended to only allow 2 containers on the trip, you can, of course, take advantage of that and make more profit per trip. And that's what I'm trying to do here, fitting multiple containers onto the same trailer above and beyond what the game intended you to fit on one trip's trailer. It's not just about your personal payout when you deliver a load. This game is especially fascinating because the work that you do to deliver not just rewards you as a player, but it helps the entire town, the entire map, the entire ecosystem of the game, and all the online players you're playing with. It helps them as well by helping the supply chain stay supplied and allowing other things to be created. For example, you may be taking these containers to a car factory, and the car factory can make race cars, but only if you also bring steel from another location or coal to power the facility. And so if there's a high demand for a product, you're rewarded accordingly with more payment upon delivery. But the main point of what I'm trying to say here is if you deliver more items on your load, you get more money per trip, just like in real life. Also, like in real life, there are weight limits and safety concerns in this game that are built in, for example, axle loads and more unstable shipping loads if you're not careful. And so you're balancing the chance that you'll make it in the game to the destination with the reward and the payout for what you'll get when you get there. So it's a really interesting game. And as you can see here, incentives lead to some dangerous situations where you might not have the intended outcomes that you set out to achieve. So the short trailer you saw me just using is intended for containers. That's exactly what those trailers are used for. And you can see there's a short stubby trailer. You could tow it with your semi-truck and get there relatively safely and quickly. But what if you could load up 4 containers on there? So to do that, I've got a flatbed trailer, the yellow one, which is not intended to carry containers at all. And I'm planning on using the container trailers, the short stubby ones, placed sideways on the yellow flatbed, and I'll strap them down and try to take it. So what I'm going to do here is try to load not just 1 container on the trailer or 2 containers on the trailer like the game intends. I'm going to try and load as many trailers as I can sideways so that I can pack more onto a trailer.
I want to point out something important, so I'm using a clip from an earlier attempt at this. Notice the yellow container already loaded onto the flatbed. As I go across the parking lot and try to spawn another vehicle to continue building the load, that yellow container truck disappears. Be very careful, especially in online servers, if you're creating too many vehicles. There's a limit, I think, in some of these servers. Well, there definitely is a limit in some servers, and I think what caused my container to disappear is me spawning or creating too many vehicles for this little project. They will disappear if you spawn too many, so keep track of how many you've spawned and how many you need to create a load like this. It might help to own some of these vehicles instead of spawn them, just to keep track of them easier, but I know that's expensive.
If you haven't figured it out already, the process is for me to put a semi-truck towing a short container onto the beige lowboy trailer, pull it forward out of the way of my main semi-truck with the yellow container, place the yellow trailer right behind the beige trailer, and then back the container onto the yellow trailer one by one. So pretty repetitive. I'll show it to you at this low speed at first, and then I'll fast forward later because you'll get the idea after just one cycle. Here I am backing it up. I'm going to get it as close as I can. I'll lower the ramps, back the blue container onto the yellow trailer, and you have to be very careful about where you place that container. The frontmost axle of the container trailer should be just hanging on the edge of the yellow trailer. You'll see here in a sec. That way, the landing gear, the two legs on the front of the trailer, can be extended down and keep the trailer level on the lowboy, on the yellow lowboy. You'll see here. So strap it down. Sometimes this is a little buggy, by the way. You sometimes have to spam that strap button a couple times in the game. Switch to something like the flashlight or drop the straps. Toggle the landing gear like I did. And don't forget to unhook the semi-tractor from that container trailer, because then you'll pull, if you don't separate it and you'll pull this white truck forward, you'll pull the whole trailer off or you'll be stuck. So make sure you strap down the container, extend the landing gear, and then disconnect the semi-truck from the trailer before you pull the base trailer forward. And now the cycle's pretty much done. I'll take this semi-truck off this trailer, pick up another container trailer, and drive right back on the base trailer and do the same cycle over again. I won't make you watch the whole thing. I'm going to do this 3 more times. You'll get the idea pretty quick. And I'll join you again when we're ready to take off. If I can pull this off anyway. All right, I'm back. I think you pretty quickly got the idea of how I was loading it up. And now it's time to check the load once more. Give it one little flick on each strap to make sure it's secure, and we'll be on our way. It's a really heavy load. I love seeing the stress that these trailers are under. It's not, true node and beam construction like in a game like BeamNG, but you still get the sense that these trucks and trailers are overloaded. Look how low the suspension is on the trailer. In fact, the rear of the trailer, where the taillights would be, is dragging along the road, causing some smoke and steam and sparks and stuff. I muted this portion of the video's game audio because it had some terrible distortion sound. So forgive me, but imagine this trailer scraping along the ground the whole way out of this truck yard. It was really bad. So this yellow trailer, by the way, is not my trailer. It's a one I borrowed from the in-game, pool of trailers that players can use. My personal beige trailer has much heavier duty suspension, and I think I'll be using that if I ever do this again. Here I am on my way out of the container yard and port. Suspension super bottomed out, and I'm noting how wide this load is. The container trailers stick out pretty far on each side. I loaded them 2 on the left facing direction and 2 on the right facing direction, just in case there's some weight imbalance to keep the trailer from tipping over to one side like a boat would list to the side. But as it turns out, they're fairly evenly distributed weight-wise, so I probably didn't have to do that. In fact, next time I'd probably just keep them all facing the same direction so that the width of the trailer is only a major concern on one side of the truck. As we pull through this gatehouse area on the screen, this is something I love about the game. The screen will show you the vehicle weight for each axle and the total GVW, the gross vehicle weight, at the bottom. Just like in real life, look at the yellow text at the bottom, 40 tons. Vehicles should not be over 40 tons in this game, and each axle, I think, has a limit of 10 tons, it said. And as you can see, my numbers were way bigger than that, which makes me proud. I love stressing the trucks, trailers, and equipment out in this game, just like in BeamNG, by the way. I love overloading stuff. That's why I'm calling this series Overloaded. So I'm on my way now. It's slow going, but since this truck is maximized and customized with the biggest turbo, the biggest V12 engine, and so on, I'm going to take this journey relatively quickly and head over to the 3-water factory and deliver these containers. So again, here's another time lapse just to show that I did it. No shenanigans or trick photography or anything going here. I'll time lapse it, and I'll join you again after this rather slow and arduous journey over the hill range in this map, and join you again at the deliveries. here we are at the drop-off location, the Three Water facility. The trip went well. It was slow going, like I said, but the truck didn't overheat. I kept it in comfort mode on the right-hand side. You can see that and adjust that using the Q button between comfort and sport. And I'm going to pull in here, and that will initiate the delivery, and you'll see on the screen what I get for one container payout. I get $10,000, not even $6,000 or so, multiplied by 4 containers. Definitely not worth it. If you're just starting this game, do not bother doing this to make money. It's just something I do for fun. I've got plenty of money in the game, and I like experimenting now. So don't do this just because you're trying to earn money. Do this because it's fun, and there's other things you can do in upcoming videos of mine, or you can check out Mr. Bug on YouTube, who has fantastic videos on how to make money quickly. For this one, I'm just doing like a science experiment to see if it's possible. Well, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'll do a few more of these in a series, so stay subscribed to the Mind and Matter YouTube channel. Give it a like if you like this video, and comment below with other ideas on how you can overload trailers in Motortown. I'm always curious about experimenting with stuff, and I've got some more ideas coming soon for you guys to check out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.